dive back in time to the ancient oceans where some of Earth's strangest creatures ruled the seas. Today, we will discover 9 ancient species from the Paleozoic era, ranging from terrifying predators to tiny marvels of evolution. Let's uncover their secrets. Why are these ancient creatures important to study? Understanding these ancient species helps us uncover the mysteries of Earth's past. Creatures like radiodonts and jawless fish tell us about the early evolution of life, how ecosystems developed, and even how modern species came to exist. By studying fossils, scientists can reconstruct ancient environments and learn how life adapted to massive changes, like extinction events or shifting climates. These lessons are key to understanding biodiversity, resilience, and even how current ecosystems might respond to our changing world today. First up, I will be talking about radiodonts. Radiodonta is a group of prehistoric arthropods that lived in the Cambrian period. Most radiodonts only got up to about 30 to 50 centimeters in length, but some species got up to 2 meters in length. Radiodonts were segmented and had strange front appendages. These appendages were used for many reasons, like hunting, filter feeding, defense, and possibly others. They swam by undulating flaps on the sides of their body. Radiodonts were apex predators of the Cambrian, where much food was available. Radiodonts were a key part in evolution because they set a pathway for early animal communities and true arthropod evolution. Last fact, the largest radiodont, Agarocassus benmuli, was a gentle giant. They used their front appendages for filter feeding plankton. Our next species is called Woowaxia. Woowaxia was an ancient mollusk that also lived in the Cambrian period. They were soft-bodied animals with weird scales and spines along their body. This helped protect them from predators. Woowaxia was about 5 centimeters long. The study of Woowaxia is very important and helps us understand the evolution and ecology of early animals during the Cambrian. Woowaxia's affinity is debated. Some hypotheses suggest it as a mollusk because of its mouthparts, scales, and growth history. Others suggest it could be related to certain scale worms in the annelid family. More people have been leaning towards the mollusk hypothesis. Now, let's talk about one of paleontology's icons, and a really common fossil, the nautiloid. Often outshined by its cousin, the ammonite, nautiloids share a similar body and behavioral structure. Nautiloids are early cephalopods in the Cambrian period that lived in spiral shells. Nautiloids have many tentacles like other cephalopods. Nautiloids were early predators in the Cambrian that were about 10 to 30 centimeters big, but some species can get up to 5 to 6 meters big. By researching nautiloids, it gives us insights on fossil cephalopods' behaviors and lifestyles. There is one species of nautiloid still alive today. The nautilus lives in the Indo-West Pacific Ocean. Next up, Eurypterids, also known as sea scorpions. These ancient arthropods were apex predators with earlier specimens dating from the Ordovician period. Eurypterids are segmented and have many appendages along its head. Some species even had claws. Some Euryptid species could grow up to 2.5 meters long. Even though their nickname is scorpion, Eurypterids were not scorpions. Eurypterids are very important to research because they give us insights on arthropod evolution and how ancient ecosystems used to work. Did you know Eurypterids are the largest arthropods to exist? Now, the only ancient plant on my list, Cooksonia. Cooksonia were land plants that live very close to the water. Cooksonia dates back to the Silurian period. Cooksonia were only a few centimeters tall. They had a couple of branches that ended with spore-bearing capsules. Cooksonia was very important in gas exchanges. Cooksonia is the oldest plant known to have vascular tissue, a transition from non-vascular plants like bryophytes. Cooksonia is known as the first plant to have true veins. Moving back to animals, our next species is Cephalaspis, a type of prehistoric jawless fish that lived in the Devonian period. They had armor along their body to protect itself from predators. They were about 20 to 30 centimeters in length. Cephalaspis is thought to be a bottom feeder, and it uses its jawless mouth to suck up prey in the mud or sand. By studying Cephalaspis, we can understand vertebrate evolution more clearly. Another use for their armor is to serve as a source of calcium for metabolic functions in calcium-poor freshwater environments. Dunkleosteus is one of the most famous prehistoric fish. Known for their armored heads, these fierce predators lived in the Devonian period. These fish had really thick armored skulls and sharp teeth. Dunkleosteus could grow up to 4.1 meters in length. Dunkleosteus opens and closes its jaws really quickly to suck in prey, like modern-day fish. They also have one of the strongest bite forces of any animal. The Dunkleosteus is one of the first apex predators of any ecosystem. Next up are the lobe-finned fish. The earliest species date back to the Silurian period. Early lobe-finned fish are bony and have fleshy, lobed, paired fins which are joined to the body by one bone. Some species reach 2 meters long. Some species were predators. Lobe-finned fish played a huge role in evolution. Their paired pectoral and pelvic fins eventually evolved into limbs, and they also grew lungs. From there, they kept evolving and evolving until they reached us today. Our last species today is the Helicoprion, one of the most known extinct sharks because of its strange mouth. The Helicoprion lived in the Permian period. The Helicoprion's teeth are in a spiral shape called tooth rolls. Its spiral teeth are hypothesized to be used for gripping prey. Limited skeletal fossils have been found for the species, but it is suspected the largest species could have been over 7.6 meters long. The Helicoprion was an active predator. For a while, scientists had debated on where the tooth roll would be on the Helicoprion's body. They eventually settled on the idea of it being on the lower jaw. From the strange jaws of the Helicoprion to the pioneering Cooksonia, these species highlight the diversity and creativity of life in the ancient oceans. Stay tuned. Next episode of this small series, we will dive deeper into ancient oceans and explore even more strange creatures. If you like this video, please subscribe, hit the notifications, and comment what your favorite species from this video is.